in the studio right in the middle of the pandemic when we opened things up. And I've watched what he's done. He's kind of a savant. He's a semi-genius when it comes to helping people to package themselves. And you all need to learn how to package yourselves because you are an asset, and the stronger your brand is, the more you're going to attract prospects to your business, the more you're going to attract leaders to join your business, and the more your people on your team are going to listen to you. You know they listen to you based upon your brand? Some of your brands are weak, and that's why your teams are not taking action. So Pete is about to share with you how you can strengthen your brand, how we can help you do that, how he can help you do that. I want you to treat this like he's coaching you. You're the only other person in the room. He's here, you're sitting there. Make sure you capture. This is a six-figure training value that you're about to receive, okay? So I'm gonna have a video to set this thing up. See if you recognize anybody on this video.
Pete is going to show you the fast way. He is going to give you his blueprint. Had I known this at 29 years old, I would have made hundreds of millions of dollars in my 30s. Had I known it when I was 50, I would have made billions. And it would have allowed me, more importantly, to spend more time with my family and improve the quality of my life.
So a road without traffic is useless. So I need you to get traffic.
After spending a few days with Pete, my close ratio went from 18% to one of the highest close ratios in GrowthCon history at 43% of the audience.
I've learned a lot from you. I've learned how to leverage an audience. I know that I have to get on more stages so that I'm comfortable and I can own myself, my power, the capacity or the ability to influence others.
He makes us better. He makes us a lot better. Pete, we're so glad to have you on the team. I try to get around people. They're bigger, faster, smarter than me, and Pete's one of them. We're going to develop a whole Pete Vargas fan club. I'm in, and I'll be the president.
It's like what you just did with your seminar, Pete. You know, spectacular. Heck, I'm looking to learn from you.
Pete Vargas, oh my gosh. We had a whole bunch of people go to his events, loved them, and they got great actionable steps that massively transformed their businesses.
This man right here is just one of a kind. I don't allow a lot of new people into my circle in my life. Right when I met this bastard, Lord, thank you for delivering him into my life. He's special. He's unique. He's the right person for me in my life.
The guy cares about changing people's lives. It's why we connected. I love the guy. He's got a huge heart, and he creates incredible products and services to help fuel the world.
I know from your track record that you could take me where I couldn't take myself.
Pete shared with us his idea of using other people's stages. It was so intuitively obvious when he talked about it. I slapped my forehead and go, why didn't we think of this before?
They will help you craft your passion in a way that will resonate emotionally with people where they will take action.
Pete has made me so much money this year. The guy is an absolute Wizard of Oz.
No one knows how to build a platform better than you. Some of the greatest speakers, presenters, influencers in the world, you have helped them.
I trust Pete Vargas more than I trust anyone else in the speaking world.
I'm gonna show you how to build your own stages and how to get your message on other people's stages.
Pete has built one of the most amazing bench teams in the industry, and that's how we're able to impact so many people's lives. Do everything that Pete is telling you to do.
I just finished my one day with Pete. We got so much done. Man, I'm so grateful, and this is long overdue. I should have signed up with you 5 years ago.
You guys have no idea what kind of man Pete Vargas is and how he leverages so much of the blessings that he has in his life to bring forth change to you.
Who wants attention? Who wants more customers? Who wants to position their brand to another level?
You stir me up, man. You get me going because we need those people in our lives, man.
Pete Vargas!
Give a big GoPro welcome to your friend of mine, Pete Vargas. Get up here, man.
Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! All right, take a seat. Y'all ready for this? There's two types of personal brands, and there's one I hate and one I love.
There's the personal brand on this side that likes to build a personal brand because they want the followers, they want the likes, they want the hearts. And then there's people who build personal brands on this side that want the customers, that want the transformation, that want to be in those people's ears every single day, not just with a little bit of scrolling and a quick little like and a quick little heart. And they want the revenues, they want the customers. I'll do more with my 50,000 people on Instagram than most people will do with their millions of people on Instagram. Because I want you to have more customers. Zig Ziglar said, I never change someone's life from a speaking gig. But if they buy my tapes and cassettes, I got a shot at changing their lives. Because then I will be in their ear every day because they're truly in my community and not just this follower. When they buy your products and services, that's when you got a shot at changing their lives, not when they follow you. Now, I get follows start and follows begin. And I'm going to talk a little bit about social media. I think Anna did an incredible job. But I want to talk about the 5 things. Every one of those people you saw on the screen, most of them have paid us millions of dollars. Did you hear that? Millions of dollars to come in and build their brand and take it to another level. I'm going to tell you the 5 things, big 5 things that we did to be on this side, the revenue generation side. And I'm going to ask you a question. Decide which ones you're not doing well, and let's start doing those ones. Cool? Does that make sense? Anybody excited about this session before lunch? Like a little Jerry Maguire, say, show me the money, Pete. That's what I want to do. I believe this with my whole heart. I believe in the next 45 minutes, they always put me before lunch. It's so tough because I'm the thing between you and the food. But I'm also, you leave for the food early and go take that $25, $30 meal, you're going to leave tens of thousands on the table from what you're going to learn in this session. And for some of you go-getters, like that guy right there, I'm sure I know you're a go-getter right there. I can already tell you this guy's a go-getter. Anybody who brought their form to the stage, they're go-getters. I can tell you it's worth hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars this next session. But I want to break it down to really simple things. I want to find $5,000 for you in this session because I want to make that a no-brainer. Who's in certification in the room right now? Who's made a decision for certification? Hands up. Wow, all the front of the room. Who's considering certification in the room? Show your hand. And who, if I can find $5,000 in the next 60 minutes, would do certification? I don't get that. I don't get that. But I do get what I'm about to show you. I'm going to show you the 5 things that are going to allow you. And here's my big, bold promise. There's been a lot of powerful speakers. Here's the promise. I'm going to give every single one of you the chance to be on this stage. Who would love to be on the GoPro stage? Wow, now all the hands go up. The hands go up for that, but you don't want to become a presentation master? It's crazy to me. There's an incongruency to that. Like we're incongruent. Do you not see that? We're also incongruent. Like Anna said, you know, touch your chin. We're incongruent. We say one thing, but we do another. I'm going to give every single person the opportunity to be on this stage. Professionally filmed, knocked out of the park, used as your speaker reel. The 2 biggest stages I've ever been on are Grant Cardone's stage, GrowthCon, 34,000 people in Miami Marlins Stadium. We were the biggest producers that weekend out of anybody, and I was just this little baby that didn't know what to do. I was scared to death. And the second biggest stage, the second of the 2 biggest is this one in 2020. And I got permission before I came up here. This time I didn't just say it. I actually got permission to give every person that's listening to my voice across the world and in this room the opportunity for us to film you on this stage professionally with an audience all around the world in your backdrop and an audience in the room that you can use as one of the most credible pieces for your personal brand. How many would like that in the room? How many of you am I never going to get to raise their hand in the room? Because I don't understand, like, if you don't want that, then what the are you doing in the room? Like, for real. If I can give you a professionally filmed thing around how network marketing has changed your life from this stage, and you put that out to the world, do you think that's going to help you get more distributors, more or less? Okay, so that's my promise. I'm going to tell you really quickly my network marketing story. Really quick. That's my pops. I come from a big Latino family. My family came from Guadalajara. My dad is one of 8 kids. My dad had a very, very tough upbringing. He went through a lot of tough stuff, and he was an extremely abusive dad. 2nd grade, left me in an apartment all by myself, in a trailer park all by myself because he didn't have money for a babysitter as he had to go to work for the weekend. Anybody have a 2nd grader in this room? 7-year-old? Imagine leaving them at home all by themselves in a trailer park for the weekend. Would beat me every time the Dallas Cowboys lost. Took me to topless bars when I was in elementary because he couldn't afford a babysitter. Very, very abusive dad. Very, very tough situation. And quite frankly, didn't have a good relationship with them. My Latina grandma took me away from my dad when I was like 10 years old because she was tired of him being abusive to me. My dad came back into my life and he wanted to be heroic when I was about 21, 22 years old. So what did my dad do? He's like, I'm going to get you a car. So he bought me a 1992 Toyota Corolla. That thing picked the ladies up right there. It's a lady magnet right there. It was actually maroon. That's not my actual car, but I remember it. I'm like, wow, Pop's got me a car when I was 18 years old, 17 years old, my first car. It's like, man, I can go to college now with a car. And I couldn't afford college, so I had to play a collegiate sport. I'm a collegiate tennis player, very good tennis player, very good pickleball player. Anybody play pickleball in the room? No? It's the new phenomenon. But I was a very good tennis player, and it was my first month of my freshman year at college. I don't think I've ever told this story. And I was getting ready to go to tennis practice, and I went into the dorm of the college dorm rooms to drive to tennis practice, and my car was gone. My car had been repossessed because my dad was 3 months behind on the payment. It had my tennis rackets. It had all my college books in it. I started to cry. I started to weep. I didn't know what I was going to do. Had no car. I had a half scholarship, not full scholarship, and I just wept on campus all of that day. And I remember it in that moment, somebody introducing me to the network marketing industry. I had a good friend, and if I told you my upline, my 3 or 4 upline, everybody in this room would know 2 or 3 of them. Everybody would. 2 of them were the biggest earners in the industry for many, many years, not in their companies. So I got involved in network marketing in college my freshman year, and it completely changed my life. I was able to buy a car. I was able to pay for the other 50% of my college. I was able to do things. I was able to have some freedom. I posted posters in the business school that said, come learn about this business opportunity. We're going to teach you how to make money. And I kind of juxtapositioned it against all of our professors. Teach you, this was my tagline, I'm going to teach you how to make more money than your business professional professors who are teaching you how to make money. And I would pack college campuses out with network marketers. Texas A&M, Texas Tech, the University of Texas, Midwestern State University. All the campuses were full of network marketers, and network marketing completely changed my life. Direct selling completely changed my life. That was the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey. That was it. And for some crazy reason after college, I was ready to be an entrepreneur. I was ready to take over the world. I was kind of done with network marketing. I wanted to start my own company in general. And I went and I took over as a youth pastor in Hereford, Texas. I have no idea why. God called me to the ministry for 4 years. I built the biggest youth group in the United States of America per capita. We had a town of 12,000 people, and I had 700 kids coming on a Wednesday night to my church, pouring into their lives, loving on them, giving them what I didn't have when I was a kid. And I would bring in all of these speakers, and this was a speaker I brought in. This guy's daughter was the first girl killed at Columbine High School in 1999. If anybody remember Columbine in the United States, one of the very first school shootings that took place, his daughter was the first girl killed. He came and spoke to my kids. He came and spoke to my church. He came and spoke to my parents. My dad's sitting on the back row. My dad hears him say, "Parents, you have," how many parents do I have in the house by chance? How many have more than 5 kids? Nobody? Anybody have 5 kids? Those are my winners right there. Give it up for the winners right there. How about online? Who has the most kids online? Nadia just said, "Bring it, I got 7. Who's got the most online? Type it in the chat. 12? 12. She's been going for a while. 15. Donna, we're not trying to, don't be lying here, Donna. Check this out. That man that you see on the screen, his final challenge, one of the biggest reasons why personal brands suffer is there's not a singular call to action. You try to tell him to do a bunch of things. His final call to action when he spoke to the parents, he said, "Parents, you never know how long you're going to be here on this earth with your kids. Today my daughter was here, and the next day she was gone." He said, "I want you to go tell your kids how much you love them." And he said, "And if you've done something wrong to them in the past, I want you to go tell them that you are sorry." My dad, when I'm 23 years old, took that challenge seriously. My dad went and wrote me a 7-page letter, and he said, "I'm sorry for the father I've been. Here my son is having an impact on hundreds of kids' lives, and I can't have an impact on my only son's life." He said, "I'm asking you for a second chance to do things right." Today, my dad is an incredible father and an even better grandfather to my 4 kids. Why? Because he had an experience with a personal brand on a stage who prompted him and changed his life. That's my dad hearing me speak for the first time in front of 34,000 people at Marlin Stadium and at GrowthCon in 2019. They brought my dad on the Jumbotron at the end, and he just began to weep and cry as I got to talk about this dad who was once bad, and now he's redeemed, and he's different, and he loves his son. And they had him crying on the big screen. I'm like, don't bring him up. I just started crying too. It was crazy. But let me tell you something. That man you see right there, he wanted to go change the school system. He wanted to make an impact on the school system. I made him. He was my first customer. This guy right here, my first customer. The 5 things I'm about to talk to you about in 2 minutes, he was the first one. You look at him, you're like, that dude, if that dude can build a personal brand, I can. He was the first one. We made him the biggest school program in the United States of America. He went from about to shut his doors and give up on his dream to $50 million in the next few years that were generated because we focused on building the brand of his company. We saw a teen suicide prevented every day and a school shooting prevented every month because of building his personal brand. Some of you are like him. You feel like giving up. Shit's hit the fan. It's been a hard year. You're not seeing the breakthroughs that you want. Well, the difference between him being there and him being at $50 million, I was the bridge. And my heart is beating so fast right now because today I want to be the bridge for you. Whether you're trying to make your first dollar, whether you're trying to move from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands, Whether you're trying to move from hundreds of thousands to millions, and the one thing I don't love about the industry, we think we've arrived when we've made $1 million. No. Why can't we have leaders that are making tens of millions? Like, I want to be that bridge today. I want to be that bridge today. Can I be that bridge today to everybody? Is that cool? And if you don't want me to be the bridge, head to lunch. Head to lunch. But I want to be the bridge. So I want to share 5 things. 5 things that will help you grow your personal brand as a network marketer. I'll tell you 2 things that won't. Is if everywhere you go, you talk about your opportunity and you talk about your product, that screams network marketer. I'm not saying don't talk about it, but don't do it all the time. And by the way, these five that I'm about to talk about, we've done them for all of these people one-on-one in some capacity. We've been a piece of doing it for every single person on that slide is a client of mine, or has been a client of mine. So the first one, the first of 5, is you've got to become world-class at communication. The people who came to the breakfast this morning, Grant Cardone was a business partner of mine and still a good friend of mine. And I said, Grant, if there is one thing you could do to build your brand, what would it be? He said, it would be communication. And then he tells me a story about these 2 beauties right here, his 2 daughters. He said their homeschool teacher came into the room, Pete, and they were like, oh my God, the girls, like the schoolwork is making me a little stressed and I want the girls to get it and I want them to understand it. And Grant said, hey, calm down. You probably, calm down. The only thing that matters to me is that my daughters understand how to have communication and be able to look somebody in the eyes and communicate powerfully. Because if they can do that, they can do anything in this world. And the homeschool teacher calmed down. Do you realize from a young age, we're told to, shh, be quiet, shut up. Shh, be quiet, shut up. I'm guilty of this. Shh, be quiet, shut up. And then we ask ourselves the questions, why do we not like to communicate? Because subconsciously, we've been programmed our whole lives to shh, be quiet, and shut up. But here is what is so important today. I'm about to give you a framework that will help you become a more powerful communicator. I have built talks for the greatest leaders in the world, greatest corporations in the world, greatest influencers in the world, but the ones who get it are the ones who say, oh my God, I don't want to be the only one who's a great communicator. I need everybody on my team to be great communicators. Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi came to us right before the pandemic, and they said, man, Tony and me don't want to be the ones out delivering the talks. We don't want to be the ones communicating. We need to build a speaker team that can allow us to scale. You know, the greatest place for that to exist is in the network marketing space. So today, when I talk about being a powerful communicator, I'm advocating for you, but I'm also advocating for your team. So here is a simple framework, if you're communicating online or offline, that we use to build talks. The first thing, you gotta grab their heart. You gotta connect with their heart. Whenever you're talking, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, connect with their hearts. Anna said it. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And here's the cheat code for you. Help them understand you know where they're at because you've been there. But also help them understand how they can go to a place they desire to go because you are there. Network marketers talk too much about this, and they forget to get into the shoes of their people and remember where they were once at as well. Anytime you're communicating, connect with their hearts. The second thing then their minds are opened up, because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You educators that love to just teach, don't teach until you connect with the heart. Watch this. The intention of the head is to close the gap on where they're at versus where they want to be. That's the intention of the 3 to 5 things that you want to teach. Don't teach 30. Don't teach 80. Teach 3 to 5. And if you have 1 minute, teach one thing that will help them close the gap. One thing. The third part, a singular call to action. If all I teach is the first part of the framework today, you guys will be better. A singular call to action. Not multiple, not plural. Drop a comment. Download a free gift. Say the word webinar. Whatever it is, a singular call to action. Buy certification. Try the product. Come to my home meeting. Connect with me in coffee. If this resonated with you and you live in Colorado Springs, I want to do coffee with you. Just write the word coffee down below. A singular call to action. And then this is where people miss it. The fourth part is the closing heart. It's the closing heart. You close the same way you started. The closing heart is simply to reinforce everything you just taught them. Can I give you an example of a closing heart really quickly? Remember, let me build a talk in front of you. Can I build a talk in front of you? Opening heart. Dad and I have a terrible relationship. Dad apologizes to me. I'm going to teach you 5 things that are going to help you build your personal brand. I'm going to give you 1 free gift, actually 2 free gifts today. Maybe they're not necessarily free. I'm going to give you 2 gifts. I guess that's not technically a gift then. But today I'm not going to close with this story, but on the Cardone stage I closed with this story. I talked about how my dad actually got a second chance to do things right. Remember, he asked me for a second chance to do things right? I talk about how he got pregnant with my stepmom at 49, and he had a little boy. And the first time I met my little brother when I was 25 years old, 30 years old, my dad told me, I feel like JT is my second chance to get to do things right. And he was just crying, apologizing for the father that he had been. So I use that story to really close things out. I'm telling you, if you will use that framework, if your companies will use that framework, if you will use that framework with your team, it simplifies the process of communicating powerfully. And you don't have to be an extrovert. You don't. I'm telling you, the heart does not know the difference between an extrovert and an introvert. The heart only knows connection. That's all it knows. I want to challenge you to do a talk, be coached around the talk, and build your team out around the talk. Anybody in Next Level Mastermind, I am going to be working with Eric to build this out for you and your teams and help you duplicate yourself through your teams. That alone will be worth the price of admission, more or less all of the freaking value that he gives you. Second thing, credibility. We need credibility. Do you know how you get credibility? You get other people talking about you. You see how many people talked about me in that opening video? Did that help me in a credibility standpoint with you guys a little bit? Like now all of a sudden it's like, who's this guy? Well, he's the guy, I'm like the Wizard of Oz. I'm the one behind the scenes building the brands. And now I get the chance to help you build it for you. Credibility, you've got to have testimonials. Here's the thing, One of the things that helped me was an article being published about me. Do you know what an article does to give you credibility? Another thing is be in some magazines. Have other people talking about you. Like, I don't know why my team picked this slide, but I have so many people that talk about me. Like, people talk about me everywhere. They talk about me as it pertains to building your brand, building your events, getting on stages, speaking, building your products and services. My name comes up. But you have to be the one to go create your credibility. How many of you in the room feel like a best-kept secret? By show of hands. No, raise your hand up. Like, man, I feel like I'm the best-kept secret. That's not okay, by the way. That's not a good badge to wear. I don't want you to be a best-kept secret. One of the greatest ways to do that is testimonials, articles. How do you get testimonials? You go do something great for somebody. How do you get articles? You get people who are like, man, I'm blown away by the way you're transforming people's lives. A huge thing. It's a huge thing for your brand to get credibility. Third thing, I'm going to talk very little about this because Anna did. Your social media sucks, a lot of you. Your social media sucks. And I really want you to have more of a powerful social media presence. How many of you in the room have more than 10,000 followers on one social platform, by show of hands? Keep your hands up. Stand up. Actually, you stand up if you do. Stand up. Over 10,000. How many of you, if you have more on one, not across all, on one, more than 25,000? More than 50,000. So we're down to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. How many have more than 100,000? On one platform, on one channel. How many have more than 250? Don't lie to me. I'm going to go check you, and if I see that you're lying, we're going to kick you out of the event. So there's 3 standing up? 4? How many of you have more than 500,000? All right. Now I'm going to have you 2 wrestle for the prize I want to give. How many do y'all have? I love that. They have 500,000 opportunities to bring people into their world. Like Anna knocked it out of the park. She gave you this. I'm not going to talk a lot about this. I'm proud of her to see her growth and the way she's evolved. Like, I'm Latin. I don't speak it, which people give me a hard time about. But you want to have a presence on social media. You want to have a presence. It's important. I'm going to skip over this because the last 2 I don't want to skip over because Anna did a great job with that. The 4th thing you want to be able to have, and obviously Eric has incredible presence on social. The 4th thing is you want to give content. I'm going to tell you what, network marketers, because your companies twist your arms to do it, and I'm seeing a lot of you rise out of the ranks and not do it, just want you to pound your opportunity and pound your products. But I don't want you to do that. I want you to actually give content that has people connect with you. Eric knows this. I took almost a 6-month sabbatical from work. I haven't posted online in 6 months. The only post I had online was with one of my clients, Deion Sanders. I wanted to wish him a happy birthday because I was trying to move the needle forward with our contract. Some of you got that. But when you do post, one of my good friends, Jenna Kutcher, who literally generates more customers and more sales and more revenues, when Dean and Tony did the biggest online launch in the history of online launches, Jenna kicked all of the dudes' butts, and she finished number 1. I sold $1 million of their dollars worth of their products to my community. You know you have a good community when they buy things. And you don't always sell them things. But when you do, they buy. Jenna's community did about $2.5 million of sales of those programs. And she's got a simple framework that I think can help a lot of people in the room. And I'm going to put that on the screen right there. That is her framework. That's Jenna's. That's not mine. I don't have any rights to that. But that girl is a baller. She's a baller. Actually, Eric, we're gonna bring her to Next Level Mastermind. That's how much of a baller she is. She is a baller. And she rotates that. Russell Brunson follows that. I want you to build your content. I want you to build your content. And look, you can talk about your business and about your products, but it's rotating. Anybody that's listening to my voice right now can do that. They can do that. Fourth way to build your personal brand. We're going to do a little inventory here in a minute too, to figure out where do you need to start in these 5 areas, because none of you need to try to go tackle all 5. You need to tackle the one that has maybe the weakest or greatest opportunity for you. That's weakest for you or the greatest opportunity. Because for you to go try to get all 5 of these done, I'm not advocating for that. I'm asking you to make a decision about one. How many? God, that's weak. How many? 1. Because if you don't go do one and you try to do all 5, you're going to do none. So build out some content. Put it across your social channels. Distribute it to your teams. Help make people's lives better. That's what Eric Worre does. Eric Worre, 95 to 99% of his content is free. So when he puts something out like this that becomes the gold standard, it will go off the charts. I'm gonna mark my words on this. In the next few years, I can't tell you I get goosebumps about this. I wished I would have had this at 19 years old. Do you realize this makes the industry no longer the wild, wild west? This is what takes it to trillions of dollars. It has the possibility. You heard the numbers, 19% growth in a company versus 1,500% average growth. So, but he gives. All the time, he's giving. And so when he asks, it explodes. The last thing, the final thing, my favorite thing. I haven't been on a stage in like 6 months, not by lack of stages coming my way, by me being on a sabbatical to take care of Pete, because Pete has been working so hard for 15 years and dropped some balls in his life and didn't focus on things that he needed to focus on. So I have not been on many stages. I am so honored that this is one of the first stages I've said yes to in a long time. But the 5th way to build your personal brand is stages. Stages. And I'm going to give you one little framework that will help you understand stages the way I understand them. My students have been on 1 million stages in the last 5 years. They've generated a couple of $1 billion from those stages, and they've impacted 250 million people. That's documented. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, you can clap for that. I mean, I think that's kind of big. GoPro stage, Oprah Winfrey, the White House, traffic and conversion. You name the stage, they've been on it. They've been on it. Ed Milet, I was with Ed yesterday. Like, they've been on those stages. Here's the framework that I want you to understand for stages, and I geek out over this. There's 4 quadrants to stages. There are other people's stages, and there are your own stages. Does that all make sense to you? Everybody who's on this stage, that's an OPS for them. When Eric's on this stage, it's an OWN. Can I tell you the two pros of those categories? The pros of other people's stages, it costs you no money. It just costs you time and a talk. It costs you no money. The con is you don't own it. The pro of owning your own stages. I'm going to tell you the two categories that are going to crush for network marketers of these four. The pros of owning your own stages is you own it, but it costs you time and money. Y'all with me on that? So here's quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. Quadrant 1, other people's digital stages. Podcasts, lives, webinars, online media. I could go on and on. There's 12 different digital OPSs. 12 different digital OPSs. Then, number 2, physical OPSs. Quadrant 2, a mastermind, a big live event, a local stage, an association, a dinner, an experience, a breakout. There are so many quadrant 2s for you to be on with the framework that I showed you how to communicate. Quadrant 3, your own digital, Instagram, or any social channel, webinars, podcasts, your own online mastermind group. I'm going to challenge every one of you to create a mastermind group that are your next 10 seven-figure earners or your next 10 six-figure earners, and create a mastermind group with them. You be the one that creates it. That means you own the stage. You're the leader. And maybe some of them are equal to you, but you're the leader if you create that own mastermind within your company. And then you create the experience for all of them to evolve, to go to that next level. Watch what happens. Every one of you could do that. And then there's your own physical stages. This is an example of Eric's own physical stage. But if you host a dinner in your own local city, if you go to coffee, if you have a meeting and you have your leaders promote it, the people who will move the needle in the last 5 years, the network marketers who moved the needle in the last 5 years, this is prophetic what I'm about to say to you. The leaders who have moved the needle by living in quadrants 1 and 3. But the leaders who are going to move the needles in the next 5 years will be the leaders that double down on quadrants 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Because people are craving this. Like this guy's energy. Can I sit on your lap? Yep, go ahead. This guy's energy right here. Wow. There we go. His energy has been so incredible all weekend long. I can't get that on Zoom. I love you, dude. I don't know if we've met, but like every time I'm around you, just like I can't get that on Zoom. I probably met you on Zoom, but it doesn't make an impression. The moment you walked in and you were sitting on the end in our opening meeting, you just continued to smile and had this beautiful smile. And I'm like, God, you don't feel that on Zoom. But it's the other way around too. You double down on 2 and 4, meaning getting on other people's stages. Remember, I made you a little promise about everybody's going to get the chance to be on this stage. That's an example of quadrant 2. But an example of quadrant 4 would be, I'm going into my company, I'm going to find 10 leaders that I'm going to help raise up to be the next 10 six-figure earners, the next 10 five-figure earners, the next 7-figure earners, whatever you want to do, and be committed to those people, because guess what does not break easily? Community. Guess what breaks easily? Isolation. That's a good one. I've never heard that one stated. Community does not break easily. Isolation does. So you can create your own stages of community in quadrant 4. Why do I have check marks in all 4 boxes? The network marketers that are going to win in this room and are going to win all across the world online will build their personal brand by being on all of those 4. I'm not as big as Eric. I'm not as big as Tony. I'm not as big as Grant. But shoot, anywhere I go with my kids, I walk in and my Uber driver's like, oh my gosh, Pete, I took your training. Or at an airport. That's because they saw me on a stage. The majority of my personal brand has been built in those 4 categories. But those 4 categories suck for you if you don't do the first thing that I told you, which is learn how to become a powerful communicator. Y'all with me? Are these helping? I can't tell if y'all are. Okay, like I feed off of y'all a little bit. Like you give me energy, I give you energy. But I want these 5. Like when I talk about these 5, like I'm gonna come back to this guy right here. We did the Great American Speak Off. Me and Grant did this thing for 3 years. Anybody heard of that, the speakoff.com? We had hundreds of thousands of people compete to be the top speaker in the world, and this guy's the guy that won this last year. He signed up, he paid for one of our programs, he got an opportunity to audition. There were about 80,000 people who auditioned, and he won it, and his brand has gone to another level from 1 physical OPS. The dude is blowing up. His name's Jason Redman. The 5 finalists, there were 2 girls and 3 guys. The finalists, Robert Hershevek, John Maxwell, Grant Cardone, myself. We had all of these unbelievable judges. That's the dude that won it. His brand went to another. I see him everywhere because of 1 stage. Russell Brunson loves to say you're 1 funnel away. I love to say you're 1 big stage away. But do not go to that stage with your product or your opportunity. Go to that stage with incredible content that leads them to want to know more about your products and services. So here's my question to you. There it is. That's my summary. Nobody in the world has ever heard me give this talk because I've never given it, except to GoPro 2025. Thank you. My question to you is, I want you to do a little inventory right now. Like we're 16 minutes from lunch. I'm gonna finish early today. That never happens. That must be this great sabbatical that I just had. I'm refreshed and I just get to the point. But I need you to do a little inventory. And I don't need you to lie to yourself. I need you to ask yourself the question. I want you to go through each of those 5, and I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 on all of those 5. Online, I would love for you to chat your rankings on all 5 in the chat. I want you to see what theirs are, but right now in the room, do not leave. Do not get up. Let's finish the work. Finish the work. Inventory yourself for 1 minute or 2 minutes on these 5. Where would you rank yourself, and which one do you believe you need to actually start with leaving my talk today? Do that just for a minute. I'm almost done. Hey, do the work, like really quick. Like, I mean, stay locked in on this. One of these could change your 2026. Wow, Casey, thank you for being honest. One across the boards. She's made a decision on communication. Who still needs a little bit of time? Let's finish it up. Can't do 3 minutes, sorry. Said I'm going to finish early. Can I just, a few people in here, would you tell me, like, you don't even know what I'm going to ask. I want to know, what's the area you're going to focus on the most? Which of those 5? Did you do the work? Yeah. Which one? Content. You rank that low. Okay. What's your lowest? Stages. That's the one you're focused on? Your lowest? Who else? Just a few. Yes, ma'am. Stages and content. Okay. Social media. Communication. Credibility. Content. Content stages. So let me ask you this. I'm going to have fun with this. You can only pick one. Who is saying this year, I need to focus on communication more than any of the 5? For me or me and my team? Don't forget, you got a team too. That could be the lever that moves the needle. Hands up. How many of you say, I want to focus on credibility the most this year? How many say social media this year? Wow. How many say content this year? And how many say stages this year? Man, it's like 20% across the board. I was waiting for one. Social media was a little bit of the leader, but not a lot. So who's made a decision about certification already? Hands up. Stand up, actually. Stand up. Wow, it's interesting that they're all in the front of the room. Will y'all give it up for all of these people right here? Online too. Who's made a decision online? Take a seat. Who's made a decision online? So, one of my business partners came in here and told Eric Worre, you've got the most beautiful studio in the world. And he said, Eric, you should host a branding day for the network marketing space that you sell for $5,000 to $10,000 in this space. This is one of the biggest ballers in the business space. I don't want to say his name just in case Eric doesn't want me to. And I said, Eric, that is an absolute no-brainer. I used to host branding days for $8,900, and I would get 30 or 40 people to come in, and we'd get stuff done in their business like that, like clockwork. It would be stations, and it would be rotations. So GPC is GoPro certification. I think it's October 15th and 16th, or it's the 16th and 17th. Somebody help me on that. We have added a day on the end of GPC. On the third day, wow, sounds like I'm preaching right here. On the third day, anybody that makes a decision about certification and mentorship, you are going to get to stay for the third day, which is the branding day. It's the first ever GoPro branding day that has existed in this studio. We will have a full live audience. We will have people from all across the world. And what are we going to do between now and then? We're going to have a coach that helps you build a 1-minute talk around how network marketing has changed your life. Check mark number 1. Number 2, Marina is going to have an article. You're going to get interviewed. You're going to have an article written about you, and we're going to do the things that we can to get that article published for you. Number 2, credibility, done. You're not leaving with a to-do list, you're leaving with a to-done list. Number 3, we're going to, on number 3 and number 4, we're going to map out your content for an entire year, have hair and makeup, take professional pictures, and we're gonna make over your social media and help you have the exact plan for a year done, your roadmap, your game plan done to help you with number 3 and number 4 done. This is rotational around the studio. And number 5, every person will share their talk on this stage with all of the professional cameras. And that will be your speaker reel from the GoPro stage with people watching and people in the audience, and we will go crazy after every speaker. So the effect that it has for your speaker reel from this stage will be something that you really got to use with an audience and that you get to use to send out to anybody that you want to be able to see you. That feeds number 5 and that feeds number 2. These aren't things we're gonna teach you. These are things we're gonna get done. And anybody that takes the certification and mentorship, you have to be in both. Before the event is done, you're getting all of that stuff. Take a picture of that. You're getting all of that stuff done at the branding day, the day after GoPro certification. Marina has said, Pete, we will sell this for $5,000 to $7,000 in the months ahead. So even if you don't want to be certified, even if you're like, I want to come to the branding day and I'll gift the certification to somebody else, that is being included. Will y'all give that up for the will y'all give it up for the Warriors for doing that? Like really loud. Listen, that's for everybody who's taken action, everybody who takes action today. And if you get in Next Level Mastermind, you also get this. You've either got to be stepping in or you're going to need to renew and upgrade for your next year in the Next Level Mastermind. Listen, here's why this is important to me. You can go try to figure out to do one of them this year, or you can let us help you get all 5 of them done this year. We want to get them done with you and for you, and there will be some prep work leading up to the date. This is what I want you to know as I kind of about to take us to lunch here 6 minutes early. I had no idea when that car got repossessed and I cried on my campus like a little baby. I had no idea what the network marketing space would do to be the bridge for me. It was the bridge for me in my entrepreneurial journey. I have now built 6, 7, or 8-figure companies, 6 of them. 6 of them. And the things that I taught you today are the things that I did to build them. I didn't build a personal brand for fame. I built it for customers and transformation of people's lives. There's a big difference in the two. And so network marketing got to be the bridge for me. And today, for a lot of you, I get to be the bridge for you. Feels like I'm paying it forward with this. And so I want to remind you that this does go away at the end of the event. You've got the opportunity on the left side. The branding day only comes with the left side, not the right side. And on the right side, if you're like, man, I just need to get certified, that's where I need to start, and you want to upgrade later in the year, we will allow you to upgrade for the difference. If you're saying, I want to do that later, we'll allow you to upgrade. And so this is what I want you to do. This room, who spent thousands and thousands of dollars to be in this room, these 3 days will be a catalyst These two things on the screen will be game changer. That's the game changer, how when you leave these doors and things don't go according to plan, you have a community to fall back on. And so I want to encourage you to, in the room, get that done, get Next Level Mastermind done on this lunch hour online. It's time for you to write program advisor, program specialist, or get it done. They'll help make it happen, help you with your payment plans, help you get onboarded, and do what you need to do on this lunch break. Today, at the end of the day, me, Eric, and Marina are going to host a welcome reception for anybody that's stepping into those two things or the Next Level Mastermind. And virtual, you will be a part of that as well. But in the room, Eric's going to actually host a private champagne toast at his house for anybody that's stepping into any of those today. Guys, I hope this served you today. Thank you guys so much for letting me share these things. It is time for lunch, and we will be back in the room in 1 hour. In 1 hour.